A good episode for you today. It's 4 minutes before the market's closing, 12:56 Pacific time. I rarely do that, but I wanted to talk to you about a couple things today. One which made me just go nuts, and very unpredicted. Something I didn't see coming. Well, no, I did see coming, but not in the way that it came. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Bitcoin and kind of where we're at. So initially, first thing we're going to talk about is a stock that we looked at today. And this stock is, if we have that here, we're going to talk about Marlin, okay? Marlin Finance. So this is a stock that we've been looking at, and I thought, man, I looked at the business model, forget about technicals, support, resistance, whatever it is. It's funny, I was talking to one of my friends who's big into that, and I was like, I think I know what it is, but I'm not totally sure. Because he was saying he watches this podcast and loves what I do, and I'm like, yeah, I know nothing except I know how the world works, and I know how things work, and I know what's going to happen, and but not by watching charts. And so one of the ones that I looked at was Marlin Finance. And specifically, we're going to talk about that, and I looked at them, and I thought, I was going through my portfolio a few weeks ago, just my watch list, really, and it said they do loans and leases for the acquisition of commercial equipment and capital loans. And I'm thinking, man, anybody who's going to be opening up their stock or expanding or doing something to get their business back up, especially in states like Texas and Florida and other states where they're just going wide open and the economy is going to boom, and it could be movie theaters, it could be anything out there. This is a huge company for that. And so I thought, man, this is a stock I definitely want to buy. And so I was being real picky about the price that I wanted to get. I wanted to drop a little bit more before I went there. And what did it do today? It jumped up. It went from 14 a share up to 22.58. And why is that? Did they have a great earnings season? Had nothing to do with that. Was it a meme stock where you have a whole bunch of guys at Wall Street Bets jumping in on this? Nope. Had nothing to do with that. What it turned out is this company announced it's going public or going private. And they announced that they're going to be buying the shares for $23.50 a share. So like literally what they said is as long as you buy the stock for under $23.50 a share, you're going to make money when we go private. So I'm sitting here at 14. I'm sitting here wanting to buy it at 12, and I guess I probably wouldn't have bought it at 12, but I would have considered maybe going up to maybe 14. And little did I know it was going to go private. They're going to pay $23.50 a share. So it went up right here. If you look at this number right here, it went up 60. Where is that? 65% in one day. And I went, oh! When I saw that, I'm like, no! Before I looked at the reason why, I'm like, are you kidding me? This whole stock popped today. So, with that being said, something that I've said the last couple days, and I'll say to you again, you guys got to listen to me. I mean, listen to me. I'm able to identify these things before they happen. The only problem is I didn't take advantage of it because I was being too picky. But if you're following this and you bought this stock like I advised you to do, then you just made a lot of money today. And you know, you can chip your boy 10%. Send it over to me. I have a Venmo account. I'm more than happy to take that for you. You know, it's called the finder's fee. But anyway, I'll take credit. I found the stock. I knew it was going to pop. I just didn't think it was going to pop for this reason. So anyway, for those that made money and listen to me, congratulations. Buy something fun. Do something good with it. You definitely deserved it. But I think part of it, too, is that this company, I think, knows that it's going to be doing very, very well. Maybe they just don't want to deal with the headache of, you know, everything that comes with a publicly traded company. And I used to work for one. So especially on the inside, I know kind of everything involved in that. So, all right, second thing we're going to talk about is we are going to talk about cryptocurrency. So we're going to talk about Dogecoin. I have Bitcoin Cash. We're not going to talk about Bitcoin Cash. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin went down. Actually, no, we'll talk about Dogecoin first. We'll move that over here. So this one came up, and kind of the way I was looking at it is Elon Musk, every time you see a bump here, every one of these little bumps is when Elon Musk tweeted. So it went up, like it started here. Well, it didn't start necessarily. Yeah, it was kind of around 34, and then every bump is an Elon Musk tweet. And so you buy, sell, and you can make some money. And so it hadn't really done a whole lot in that time. So it's been sitting here. I mean, I think got to 70 cents, but it's been sitting at 61 cents the whole time. And then all of a sudden it just jammed up, retreated down, got all the way up to 42 cents a Dogecoin, which is saying a lot because over here it was 5 cents. Retreated back down to 29, actually retreated back down to 26, went back up to 40 and retreating down. So there's people talking about, and I think it's just a mental point, an inflection point for it, where they want to see it get to $1 a Dogecoin. And I think, I mean, this coin has a picture of a dog, so I don't even know it's Dogecoin. I think it was supposed to be Doggy Coin back in the day. But for me, it's like if it gets back down to, let's say, 30 cents a share, and it will drop down, or a coin, I'll probably buy it again, and we'll see what happens, and we'll wait for it, and we'll just sit on it and see what happens. But these are very speculative. They're very volatile. You can make a lot of money, but you got to pick your price point wisely. Now, Bitcoin, on the other hand, is the known quantity. It's the alpha male of the cryptocurrency space, and it kept going up and up. Like we've talked about, the mathematical certainty. It's going to go up and down, but over time, it's definitely going to keep going up and up and up and up. It's the only thing that in existence in the entire world, universe if you want it, that has a limited supply. Everything else has a variable supply. So it got up to 64,000, and then I'm not sure what really caused it to go down, but it ended up plummeting back down to, here we'll go down to a week so we can get the point down. It got down to 53,000, kind of came up, came back down. And so what happened is, and I was watching the news today, and they said basically what happened is all the stocks that had crypto associated with it started to go down because people were worried about the usability. It's so stupid. I mean, oh, the stock went down one day, so we're going to talk about the usability and viability of crypto as a purchasing agent for buying things. Like, those two things have nothing in common. One day's movement does not equal the utility of Bitcoin. And so what happened is you started to see other stocks kind of trade down in its wake. So my advice to you, if you're looking to get into crypto, one, I mean, buy Bitcoin whenever you think the price is down. I'd say anything under 50 is a good time to do that. But if you're looking at stocks like that are crypto stocks, buy them while they're down. I mean, because they're going to be going back up. This is not going anywhere. This is not something where Bitcoin's going to be just dying in the weeds. This thing has been around for a long time. If Bitcoin wasn't going to survive, it would have died a long time ago. But again, we're looking at $55,000 per coin. And if we go back even 5 years, it was trading under $1,000. So this tells you everything you need to know. And remember this was the big time when it hit, what, $20,000 a coin? It was a big deal. And now we're way up here. So with that being said, big picture, what is it? 77% of my stocks are in the COVID-related stocks, 22% are not. The ones that are travel stocks are doing good, 50% gain, entertainment, 37% gain. And again, these entertainment ones are going to go through the roof once the movie theaters go up and you start to see the attendance numbers for some of these movies. I think a lot of people are just doubting, skeptical, which is fair. You know, how many people are going to be going back to the movies? But I think when you start to see these big movies being released, and if you want to Google and see what the big movies are, in fact, let's take a look at that right now. You're going to see some of the numbers go through the roof this year. And you're going to start to see people that didn't believe in AMC back in December when I bought it for $2 a share, the people realizing what a big deal is. All right, so let us take a look at some of the movies coming out. And I know some of these movies offhand, but I don't know the entire list, and I haven't seen this page yet. So, all right. So, King Kong versus Godzilla, well, I guess that already came out. Black Widow is going to be coming out in a few weeks. F9, that's the Fast and the Furious movie. They're already heavily promoting this on TV. So, Fast and the Furious is coming out Memorial Day. That's going to be a big deal. And California's opening a couple weeks later, so you might see a big late hit on this where Depending on the tier that California's in for coronavirus, you might see a big third and fourth week for this movie in there. Venom. Is that another Marvel movie? Let's see. I'm not sure if it's Marvel. I'm not the expert on that. It's coming out June 24th. Top Gun got moved to November, so that's still going to be coming out later this year. I don't know much about this movie, so it's a Marvel movie. So there, Marvel, you stick Marvel up there, you're going to make a ridiculous amount of money. That's in July. Suicide Squad's going to go through the roof. Now, granted, I've never seen any of those movies, but I understand the level of fandom for this series or franchise that there is. That's coming out in August. Dune, which, by the way, great book, probably was the most horrible movie ever made. Disappointing movie. In fact, if you look at Dune when it was made in the 80s, they list the director, and the director's name is a fake name because the director didn't want to be known for that movie because he knew it would suck. This is coming out in October 1st. This is a redo, and trust me, there is going to be a massive, massive amount of people going to see this movie. This movie is 30 plus years in the making. No Time to Die, James Bond movie coming out, West Side Story. Well, who knows? I'm not the musical type. That's coming out in November. The Matrix 4 coming out in December. I mean, all these movies are coming out. I am telling you right now, mark this, write this down. If you got a whiteboard, say, Matt said this back in April. You're going to see the stock price right now. These are the stock price for these theaters, AMC, Cinemark, and Reading. And you're never going to see these prices again. So this is going to go through the roof. AMC's already up 315%. I've cashed out most of mine already. But you're going to see these go through the roof. Oil, again, Biden shutting down pipelines. Everything that goes with the EV is going to make the price of oil go through the roof. You're going to see these go up. We're already at 150% for those. Those are going to go way up. And then if you think at all that casinos aren't going to blow the top off in the next few weeks, you're insane. And I'll give you an example of why. I noticed this, I want to say it was maybe a couple weeks ago. We'll see if they have this on the desktop. I saw this on the mobile thing. So FanDuel, these are the only states that have legalized betting in the United States online. There's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 states out of 50 have legalized betting. And if you don't think that all 50 states in sometime in the relatively near future are going to have legalized sports betting, especially when you get to the biggest states in the country, California, Texas, and Florida, and New York, and then Ohio, you're insane. I mean, it's going to go through the roof. So this is one I'm telling you right now, and this is the whole street smarts idea. Like, you see it coming. This is the beginning of the tsunami. Get your surfboard ready and get ready to ride that wave because these stocks are going to go through the roof. Every casino that is a brick and mortar casino, so we look at Centuries, Caesars does sports betting. We'll talk about them in a minute. Every Golden, MGM, those are going to have not only obviously sports betting there, but there's also going to be, once they go legalized, there are going to be some mobile versions of those as well. The other thing that came out, and you got to look at trends on this, is Caesars Entertainment. Where's the other one? Caesars Entertainment, MGM, and FanDuel, this site right here, were all designated as the official sports betting sites for the National Football League. So you're going to start to see this be a big deal. So I would say get on this as early as possible. And then lastly, these are the stocks that were generally, I want to give Biden stocks a little bit of a flyer on this. We'll see what happens because he's going to be pushing a lot of infrastructure for charging stations. And all that means is free money for these stocks, which means the price goes up. These ones, it's whatever point we're going to let them go. Signet Jewelers, I'm letting that ride just because it doesn't really fit into these. But look at Corsair Gaming. We might sell that sooner once it goes into the black. Fubo, Next ID, Skills, and Verint are ones that when they go in the black, maybe Verint a little bit more slowly, we'll sell those when they come in. But I'm telling you guys, that's the trend that's going on right now. That's what you need to pay attention to. And I'm telling you, you saw this up here. I called my shot a while ago. Marlin was going to go. I thought Marlin was going to be big. I just thought it was going to be big because of kind of what they do for a living. Little did I know that it jumped up here because they're getting bought out. So listen to your boy, ask questions, invest what I'm telling you to invest in. And for those that did, congratulations, chip me off 10%. I'll send you my Venmo account. To get more information on the sales cheat code, go ahead and click on the subscribe button below. Also, down below in the video description, down there, there's a link that takes you to our website that gives you additional content, some additional freebies that we have, and gives you information on some programs that we have that have been proven to help people to make sales easy so that you can make the kind of money you want, live the lifestyle that you've always wanted, and not have to struggle in the process. And what might be the coolest thing of all is you don't have to put much effort into it. It truly is a cheat code that most people don't know about. And it's a cheat code that can change your life today. So click on the link below and let me help you start to experience these results starting right now.